the standard across San Francisco and across the US is that you have to pay to work to be a stripper. In this feature documentary, License to Pimp, we'll illustrate the root reasons, the causes why labor is being exploited in strip clubs. My name is Hema B, and I am a filmmaker, and I'm also a former stripper. I'm currently in production on a documentary called License to Pimp. Club owners wanted to get out of their employer responsibility. They no longer wanted to pay wages. They didn't want to be responsible for paying into Social Security or benefits or any of the stuff that an employer is required to offer. And so they started misclassifying the workers as independent contractors.
There are some illegal practices going on in the clubs, in particular charging stage fees to dancers, which is against California law. In
some places they might charge $25, they might charge $50. In other places they charge anywhere from $100 to $200. So it's very stressful. You go into the club knowing that actually you are out money. There's an incredible amount of pressure to go a lot further with what you're willing to do.
The strip club owners told all the women to express their opinion that, that they didn't want this legislation, and they offered them free stage fees.
The clubs do not take much of our money. I know that was one of the concerns in terms of the labor issue.
When you have like 20, 30, 40, 50 girls on a shift, and they're each having to make $100, $200, $300, $400 stage fees, the competition is fierce. And it's not, it doesn't create a solidarity where you're in a position to really come together and challenge the fact that you're having to pay these illegal fees. Across the board in practically every state, dancers have filed wage claims against their employers. There's also been tons of class action lawsuits filed against their strip club employers.
I am preparing to file a wage and hour claim against the Crazy Horse.
Very clearly, strippers are really employees, and as such they're entitled to wages, and they're entitled to getting back all the tips that they've paid in the form of stage fees or commissions, thousands and thousands of dollars.
It's been very difficult for me to close that door because of fear of loss of income.
How does a worker work and negotiate her own sexual labor on her own terms and keep 100% of her earnings? The reality is that even if strippers don't form unions, having the employee status actually gives them a whole set of rights. It's hard for a lot of people to get over the stigma attached with sex work. Stripping is illegal. It's not an illegal form of work. If people are able to get over that hurdle and think about this is a group of workers and they deserve rights, and if they have these rights, then maybe this industry wouldn't be so exploitive and they could actually take action against an offender. That's what I hope that audiences will leave with, that message.